Ken Saucedo from Signature Properties. Thank you for joining me again. Today we're in Kingsland, Georgia, and I'm at the studios called the Living Lenz. And here with me today is the owner-operator of the Living Lenz studio, yes. Calli Kennedy.
Yeah, hi, thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you for being here, Calli. We're going to talk about your studio and your photography in just a minute, but first let's get to know you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about you, how you got to the Golden Isles.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in the military. I've moved continuously. This is my 27th place I've lived in.
Wow.
And 4 years ago, my husband and I, we met in Washington, D.C., and we decided that we were going to start a family, and we wanted to find a hometown that we could really build our roots in. Mm-hmm. Here, we actually ended up finding a place that is halfway between his parents and halfway between mine, and it just worked out, and we just really built a life here. We have two amazing daughters, and that's just kind of how this photography grew with it, is with my family, it's just grown into something amazing. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your photography business. And I use the word business, but you just don't start a photography business. Somewhere in your past, you picked up a camera and everything clicked. How did you get into photography?
Yeah, so I actually started as an industrial engineer out of college. Okay. And I loved numbers and dealing with all of that. Somewhere along the way, I lost my passion for it, but on one of the trips, my coworker had a camera, and it was the first time I picked up a camera, fell in love, and I ended up buying that exact camera that I use today.
Well, and at some point in that process, it transitioned into a business for you. So,
yeah.
What all does your photography business encompass? What all different types do you do? And talk about that a little bit.
Sure. Okay, so a lot of photographers kind of niche themselves down into what you would say like a wedding photographer or a newborn photographer. When I picked up the camera, I very much wanted to provide something more than just photography. I wanted to provide a friendship or a connection to someone in the community, and just something a little bit deeper. So I niched myself down to what I call a lifetime and milestone photographer. And that means that I'm gonna walk with my families through their life. And it may start off at a wedding, and that couple then has a baby, and I do their newborn photos. And then that baby grows up to be a senior in high school, and I do their high school photos. So it's just walking with all of these different transitions that I provide. So it's maternity, newborn, family pictures, all of that. But not only am I connecting with you on a friendship, family level, I also provide services for companies. So I do branding. Okay. I also do product photography.
So you do a variety. You do wedding photography, you do family portraits, you do baby pictures. Yeah. You mentioned kids grow up, high school graduation, senior portraits. So it's just a wide gamut of services.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's all tailored to the person. So I have a questionnaire before each session, whether it's a company or an individual, and I try to really capture that person in the session instead of just these picture posed moments where you can tell there's definitely a fake smile.
Right.
You want to get the real authentic person in that image, whether it's a family or just an individual. Yeah.
We're here in your studio called the Living Lenz. And how long have you been here?
2 months.
2 months.
That's it.
Brand new.
Brand new.
So we get to do, it's kind of an unveiling here. Get to show your new studio. So, so you're able to entertain clients here, do photography sessions?
Yeah, absolutely. The most popular in the studio are headshots.
Okay.
So companies all over between the Golden Isles all the way down to Jacksonville will send their employees up here to get professional headshots.
Do you still do remote sessions?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still part of the services. I have a long list of locations that I always give to families, even people who are just visiting and they're on vacation. I give them a long list and say, hey, these are all of the different locations that I think are going to be beautiful for what you're looking for. Take a look and let's pick a location together.
Now, for the sake of our viewers, we said you were in Kingsland, but you do venture out farther than just Kingsland, right?
I do, yes. So I'm all the way out in St. Simons. I'm probably up there at least 3 times a week right now, and I go all the way down to Amelia Island.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty wide.
That's a good stretch of real estate right there. So
yeah,
good
exactly.
for you.
Yeah.
Well, so how can folks find you? The physical address of your studio is?
Yeah, 110 West King Street, Kingsland, Georgia.
Okay. And how do they find you?
Yeah, honestly, just remember the Living Lenz with a Z at the end.
Okay.
Put it into Google, and I'm going to be on the front page. But if that's just too much to remember, it's www.thelivinglenz.com, and it's also on Facebook and Instagram. One word, The Living Lenz.
The Living Lenz, Lenz.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Well, folks, I encourage you to look up Calli's work on thelivinglenz.com. You're going to find it so incredibly beautiful. You've got the contact information. We're going to fly also not only on the video, but also in the text that accompanies this article on Park Bench. But Calli, thank you so much for joining me today.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming down here and just showing off the new studio.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. And folks, for all of your real estate needs, call me at 325-CALL-KEN. And so until next time, this is Ken Saucedo from Signature Properties, hoping all of you have a wonderful island day.